My name is Valentina Quintero, and today with my two project co-workers Stephanie Bonilla and Evelyn Morales, we are going to talk about a big problem around the world, and it is the people don't have the habit of save the waste to recycle. In other words, people don't know to recycle. A lot of countries have this problem, especially in cities where it is the most critical. However, the topic of my talk is about what is happening this problem in the Bogota city, who this problem is affecting a lot, since when it has been happening, and why it's important to the community. The problem with recycling is happening all around the city, but there are some places where we can see more waste, and those are the Bogota River, the Doña Juana dump, and the majority of the streets of the city. This affects all cities in general, since poorly discarded garbage, in addition to dirtying the streets, clogs the sewers, causing floods, taking the waste and garbage to the Bogota River, which today is listed as the most polluted river in the world. In addition, in the Doña Juana dump, there is no space to bury more garbage. The lack of recycling culture has caused a ton of waste to be discarded that in some way could have been reused. In Bogota, the problem is the bad handling of the garbage. It has always been one of the main causes of pollution in the city. The Bogota River has long been the place where all citizens throw away their waste. The culture of recycling, until recently, has been strengthened, since before there was no awareness of the effects that could cause waste management. Learn to recycle is very important to the city and the nature, because if we, the people who live here, learn how to do it, we could have a cleaner city, and places like Doña Juana dump, the Bogota River, and all streets will not have the problem they currently have because citizens don't know how to recycle. That's all I have to say about the problem of recycling in the Bogota city. Now, my workmates are going to talk more things about this topic that will be so important to know our complete investigation of this problem.
The survey was carried out a sample of 33 people from Bogota who gave their opinion about contamination and waste management in the city. In the first question, we wanted to know what is the most important factor that the citizens consider to be pollution in Bogota. A question that 57% consider air pollution caused by the emission of pollution to be more worrisome, compared to 30% who consider more relevant the issue of contamination of garbage in the capital. In the second question, we wanted to know which part of the city people see criticisms regarding the contamination of garbage, to which 30% of the people answered that in the Doña Juana dump is the most important focus of this type of pollution, 30% of people suggested that this problem is most evident in the city seaward. 80% cite that it was on the city streets, and 50% say the Bogota River. When we asked if they know recycle, 57% of people affirmed that they know to do it, compared to 42% who don't know. In front of the previous question, it's important to note that of the total of those surveyed, 51% say that they don't have the recycling practice incorporated in their home, compared to 48% who say that they do recycle at home. In the fifth question, which was to the rate the importance of recycling education in children and young. 67% of the total of the responded answered that was very important to incorporate this type of education in the schools and homes. And when faced with the question of the measures necessary to improve this situation, the responses were varied and were, for example, take both monetary and tax incentive for those who carry out this work properly, and also fines for those who don't do so, and also if it mismanagement of garbage, also suggested by the respondent to carry out a publicity campaign through the mass media to raise awareness among the population and teach them how to do it correctly. In a mode of conclusion, as can be seen in Bogota, people lack awareness and culture regarding the environment and the public environment. Is necessary to create values that influence young people to have better conservation practice in the planet.
Conclusions. Hi everyone, my name is Stephanie and it's a pleasure to share with you the result of our English project. In this part of the video, finally what we do is discuss and evaluate some possible solutions to the recycling problem in Bogota. We will present the advantages and disadvantages of each one, as well as our opinion on this proposed solution. So, what are those possible solutions with their advantages and disadvantages? Well, as you already know, within the survey, people had the opportunity to propose solutions that they consider appropriate to solve the recycling problem in Bogota. On the one hand, according to the result of the surveys in our pilot sample, a possible solution is to do something campaigns that through them people can be taught to recycle, and also find some strategies to convince them of the importance of recycling. Among the advantages of this solution, we find the fact that if these campaigns are with technological tools, the people who see them will like it because they can receive it on their social network. In addition, as we currently know, social media is a very well received means of communication for the general public, and that makes network campaigns a good option to reach more people in more places. However, this solution has some disadvantages. For example, the distance from people that may some of them not feel compromised. Another disadvantage is the fact that there may be people who just don't want to learn how to recycle, and they can demand many processes to combat this problem because they just don't consider it an obligation and they don't really care. On the other hand, another possible solution could be to generate a type of summons or fines for people who throw garbage in the streets, sewers, parks, rivers, among other public places. This to generate mandatory responsibility and commitment. Well, nobody likes to pay fines, right? When evaluating this possible solution, we see that the greatest advantage of the ocean will be the old streets will be clean, and educated people can understand that they should not throw garbage in the city, not only of a commitment to the environment, but also of an obligation, because it can affect your finance. However, among the disadvantages of this solution is the fact that people won't really feel the need to recycle. So there will be less garbage in public places, but at home they will continue to mix the waste. Also, there may be a reduction in employment for many people who sweep the streets. Now, to conclude this video, we want to give our points of view and our opinion about the proposed solution, and which of them we think will be the best solution to the recycling problem in Bogota. In our opinion, the best solution will be to run a campaign to show and teach people how to recycle. Considering that most people are using social media right now, we think that this could be a good way to see this campaign and get more public attention. If we take into account that more than the fact of reducing garbage on the street, what we want is to find a solution to the recycling problem in Bogota, a fine will be of little use if when we get home we don't know how to manage waste properly for help preserve the environment. It's necessary that all people know how to recycle, and it's something that they do from their homes. We need to create a recycle culture in Bogota. At that time, keeping the street clean will come naturally to all citizens because their mind will have changed. Thank you so much.